Hey gang, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys tuning in for today's video. A little bit different background here today. I'm at the hotel room down here at Eufaula, Oklahoma. Down here fishing the BFL regional tournament down there. Wanted to do the video, so here we are. Anyway, guys, today I want to sort of address something, do a little video on all of these people out there that call anyone that is anti-livescope a whiner or complainer. I get it a lot. My message boxes are full of the the pro livescopers that's their two favorite words is Randy's whining and complaining again. I sort of want to address the from a sort of a psychological point, my sort of perspective on those people that use that terminology, because I sort of find it interesting on that. So one of the things that I have done in this channel here on this entire LiveScope deal, I have never pointed or singled out anyone by name when I talk about it. And I also make it very clear that I don't blame anglers that are using it because they've been forced in a position to have to use that technology. I do blame, and I put the full blame on tournament organizations, MLF, Bassmaster, and any organization that allows it. They're the ones that have created this problem that we find ourselves in. So I've made it very clear that I've never attacked anglers personally for using it. I give my opinion on it, but I never attack anyone personally, unlike the hundreds of people out there that attack people like myself, not just me, but other people out there that voice their opinions against spotlighting. And I want to talk a little bit about that. First of all, one of the things that you're going to find out about people that name call, and people that call me a complainer or whiner, or other people whiners or complainers, or try to belittle them, a lot of that is a combination of they don't know how to express themselves in an intelligent fashion. And the other thing is they don't understand the message that somebody's trying to put out there. Because when I do videos on anti-spotlighting, and you guys are if you're watching this channel, I don't want to rehash this. We've been through this 100 times, but there's a bigger complexity to this entire issue than what the people that label, us whiners and complainers are able to comprehend. Basically, the people that are really adamant about defending LiveScope, they don't really have the mental ability or capability to wrap their mind around the extensiveness, the extent of the problem around this. And one of the things that they commonly do is they just say, oh, Randy or such and such, he's just whining and complaining that he can't compete anymore and he's getting left behind. Guys, I don't make any qualms about it. I am not the fisherman I was 25 years ago. I'm almost 62 years old. Name a fisherman out there that is 62 years old and still at the top of their game. I realize I've had my day in the sun. I have, and I love tournament fishing still. I do it, but that's not the point. The point of these people that get locked on and focused about trying to identify or try to label people that are anti-spotlighting is that they don't want to keep up with the times, they don't want to learn it, they're not smart enough to learn it, all this type of stuff. That's the most ridiculous thing that I can even imagine, because they're only hearing what they want to hear. When you start talking about the arguments against forward-facing sonar, there's at least 25 different perspectives on that as far as arguments, reasons why we shouldn't have it on there. And for some reason, they always go back to the same arguments like just because you can see them doesn't mean you can't catch them. Keep up with the times, you're going to get left behind. It's no different than a power pole. That's the funny one there. They try to equate forward-facing sonar with a power pole or polarized glasses. That's just juvenile to even try to make that comparison. It's not even on the same universe. So there's a lot of misunderstanding out there about people that don't fully understand the dangers that this, not only just forward-facing sonar, but all of the technology that's going to come as a result of that in the future. this is something we're going to continue to talk about because there is a movement against this. And this movement is going to do nothing but grow because there's a lot of people out there that they have got their heels dug in simply because they have a vested interest, because they really don't have the abilities to go out and understand seasonal patterns and movement of fish and find fish in a diversity of different water. They just go to the tournament, they plug it, they get out there, put out their live scope and do their deal with that. That's how they fished. And I think everybody can agree to some extent that that is not what fishing should be out there. If that's what you think fishing is, you don't really understand what fishing is. So there's a big aspect of that. It's like when somebody labels somebody a whiner or a complainer because they don't fully understand the topic, then they need to sort of reevaluate their entire position on that. And one of the biggest aspects of this, what I think a lot of people don't understand, we can talk about all the stuff that I've talked about, the reasons that I've been against it and the reason most people are against it. But I think one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't realize is that you've got to have some ability to look into the future. And one of the biggest drawbacks of a lot of human beings on this planet is they live here and now. They live, when you're talking about things that affect the outcomes of certain, whether it be other plants and animals or people or whatever on the planet, they don't really have the mental ability to look into the future. They're so focused on what's here and now, what's here in it for me here and now, and they can't remove themselves from that. And a lot of the people that call me a whiner and complainer are sort of in that category. People are a little bit out there. So one of the things that I would encourage everybody out there is try to take some time and try to picture or try to visualize the world of bass fishing 20 years from now with the acceleration of technology that we currently have with no brakes on it. We have no regulation. We have no agency that tries to limit or monitor this. It's a free-for-all with the electronic companies and technology to develop as fast as they can, anything they can to sell more products out there. And as a result, if you look at the incremental growth just within forward-facing sonar over the past 3 years, and you multiply that growth times 20 years, given the fact that there's a market for that, and there's profits and money to be made from it. So there's incentive to really, really push the R&D in that. So at what point, 10 or 20 years from now, is the technology going to get to the point where people have just said, it's enough? I mean, I don't know if there's anybody out there, even the most adamant spotlighters out there that don't have any understanding about, sustainability issues. I even think those hardcore spotlighters, even for them, there's a point of which it's gotten to be too much. It's like, we don't need to know that much about fishing, because then it becomes a commercial venture. You might as well just throw a gill net out there and just, fish like that. But anyway, I just want to address that out there. If you're one of those people out there that label the anti-spotlighters as a whiner or complainer, you might want to do a little self-reflection, and you might want to realize that name calling like that is usually an indication of being incapable of having a logical, respectful, rational, discussion on any topic out there. And you might want to spend some time analyzing the advantages versus the disadvantages when it comes to long-term sustainability, not what's in it for here and now and for you here and now. And once we do that, and once we start having more concern for everything beyond just ourselves personally, that's when we can make some really good decisions out there. But anyway, like I said, I just wanted to do that because I've noticed a rash of that ever since we've had this big movement the last month as far as this big push to ban forward-facing sonar. There's been a lot of the pro spotlighters out there that really feel threatened about it, and they're sort of lashing out a little bit. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. We'll talk later.